bless this house.
We have come to bless it.
We have come to bless this house so that so that's why we are here.
This might not be a safe space for me to enter.
This is promo. This is promo.
Season 13, episode
7.
Episode 7.
Yeah.
Season 13, episode 7 of the Dojo podcast. We back once again.
Welcome.
We're missing member of the trio, but
Beyonce.
it was either we missed the member of the trio, or you go for 3 weeks without,
or you missed the episode.
An episode. So
yeah.
Choose which one you prefer.
So we are here.
So sorry, no Beyonce this time.
We were away because of him mainly.
Yeah.
But it's public knowledge now. Yeah. So let's keep bereavement as the Dojo family. So that was the main reason why we didn't record for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, we back from an unfamiliar territory location. This is as far as I'm fine.
Secret location.
Hey, we are coming to you from a secret location because Teresa di dili this Paza. And you know how Sevita's Paza.
Or it's a MD or CEO Brasbu.
With the Davda, you're not getting paid on my
Davda. You're not getting paid.
You're not getting
your salary is not landing consistently.
How about a salary? As I'm a limb, the evaluator. And the fact that my salary can be withdrawn also lets you know.
Withdraw?
5,000. You can already tell that there's no pay slip there.
Well, I am so fortunate never to have worked for.
Yeah, I've never worked for Spaza. It's Spaza 1 year, I'm fine. Yeah, but
and those are the places that absorb most graduates, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so fortunate. I am so fortunate.
I think there's my phone there. I want to look at the treatment as you were.
And the thing is, once you say as Spaza, to get out of it is difficult.
Yeah,
because the big companies, that's not where they look.
You gotta be really good at
unless on
at what you do, and be able to to speak to it. But yeah, man, what's been going on? How you been? What's the week like? What's been happening since we last saw each other?
Yeah,
we'll start with you, Tabang. So we haven't seen each other in 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yes.
In 2 weeks.
Yes. We went there.
And then, that was sad. I was really, really afraid that I might not be able to make the funeral. Because remember, I was going to Zim,
yes.
And Lifunele, I thought that, I didn't think that they'd make it that soon.
Lena, because I thought the most natural thing would be there next weekend, which would have fallen on that weekend.
And then I felt so bad announcing my absence after he had announced.
Yes.
And I was like, shit. And actually, my plan was then to go to Bethlehem during the week.
Yeah. The funeral was actually on my daughter's birthday. So, so I had to explain to her that I had to leave. That's why actually I left in the morning because I wanted to see my daughter in the morning, so I didn't leave the night before. So that's what happened. So we went down there to support the homie. Because I think we did speak about it when we started the season because his mom did have a stroke.
Yes.
So unfortunately, the most feared thing happened, but so there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. But so that's why we've been absent. What then happened? I had a tongue operation. My tongue was stitched, so I was also happy that we were not recording because I wasn't gonna make it. Yeah, so
this nigga spoke like
hey, when we were there, like people like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, my tongue was cut and stitched.
Why?
I had a lump on my tongue, so I had a funny habit of biting the same spot over time until it developed into a lump. So then I would bite it as well. So they had to slice it off and then stitch me up. So for 2.5 weeks, I couldn't eat. I lost so much weight because I was only eating yogurt. What's happening? Because
That's a good problem to have.
yeah, then I remembered. I'm like to my wife, like, all my pants are falling. I'm like, I remembered because I wasn't eating. I wasn't eating solids.
I wish.
That's a good problem to have.
So it's been that, and also bana nteba sa school. So I've been spending a lot of time with the kids.
School holidays.
Yeah, school holidays. But my firstborn no longer attends physical school. He does homeschooling. So the boys are home. So I've been doing that. And that's what's been happening on my side.
Right.
Then why Linyalo?
Yes. Then I went to Zimt for a wedding the following weekend.
Yeah, you left the Saturday morning, eh?
Yeah.
How was
Saturday morning. Man, I've been to Zimt twice. My son was born there.
Yeah.
So I've been there 2 times. And I remember thinking of Zim as a hellhole.
Because of the news and the whole...
No, even after I went there.
Okay.
I was like, this is a shithole. You know, on the 2 occasions that I went, I thought that the first time and I thought that the second time.
But when you landed, was it? The first time?
Yeah. I mean, I guess most African countries are hellholes.
Yeah.
If you've traveled to Africa. But I had a really different, pleasant experience this time around.
Okay.
So we went to Bulawayo. I flew into Bulawayo.
Is Bulawayo the capital?
No.
Harare is.
Harare is, yeah. So when I went the first 2 times, I was going to Harare. My son was born in Harare.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was going to Bulawayo for the first time. So I flew into Bulawayo. We did the wedding. And then after the wedding, the following day, we drove 5 hours to Vic Falls.
You went to Vic Falls.
Yeah, we went to Vic Falls. So obviously, and driving long distance in a country you've never been in before gives you an opportunity to see
other parts of
what's
the terrain.
I was pleasantly surprised, but more especially by Vic Falls, not what I saw in between. So, and that's what I want to see. I want to see how like people that are far removed from the urban areas are living, because that tells you a lot about a country.
Yeah.
So if you want to know how people in SA are living, you know, I'm on Fletch.
Yeah, don't come to Joburg.
Right, and if you find that Botswana and Fletcher are advanced, which they now are,
chances are the cities are even better.
It gives you a glimpse into, but obviously the moral deterioration also is proportional.
Yeah.
Because Bafana Bana Basanka next to Bafana Fletcher, like Bafana Badilale,
Yeah.
But anyways, I realized that drive between Bulawayo and Vic Falls, it was 5 hours, and there was no major town in between that.
How were the roads? Smooth?
No, the worst.
Is it?
The potholes are...
You all hired a car or you had a driver?
We hired a car and luckily, and we didn't hire an SUV, but they gave us a free upgrade.
Upon arrival?
When we got the car,
okay.
So we had like a small hatchback in yan. But no, we will give you the SUV.
Based on your trip or your...
I guess maybe it was car availability, I don't know.
Okay.
So and then that's the car that we use. But even then, the roads are bad.
The roads are bad, ne?
And people are living like really, they're still like villages, bruh. And by village, I mean, you know when you open a storybook, a kiddie storybook, and they're narrating the life of some young boy who used to stay in some village.
Yeah.
You know the huts.
Yeah.
Those huts.
That's exactly what you saw.
And you don't see like a brick house inside. That's exactly what I saw.
Yeah.
And like they live in these it's a village, bro. They live in these like encamped villages.
Yeah.
So it's like a small community of, let's say, maybe 16 huts.
Houses, yeah.
Yeah, 60 huts.
Huts.
Right? Yeah. That are like encamped by.
Yes.
You got a compoundish.
Compoundish yard.
Yeah.
And there's a courtyard in the middle.
Yeah.
Wabo. And then like kifensi that's made from sticks.
Yeah. Yes.
Around. Like how.
But I like that.
How Jan would have found us when he got here in 1652.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in an offensive way.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see that there were still communities that are living like that.
Yeah.
In a country that's supposed to be as
progressive or advanced.
Or as rich.
Yeah.
As Zimbabwe is.
Yeah.
You know, that was a bit disappointing, but also refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember thinking to myself, I wonder how bothered these people are with the local politics.
Probably not.
Or if it all, or if it at all matters.
Probably not.
You know, and I'm looking like I'm seeing like corn plantations. You know, they probably have access to spring water. I don't know. I'm making assumptions, but that's a hard life, though.
Yeah,
it's a really hard life. But you could tell, Jorge, majority of the communities or like those villages that I was driving past, there's no electricity there. And then the roads are bad. But when you get to Vic Falls, it's like you arriving in, and Victoria Falls is not just a waterfall. Okay. It's a town.
It's a town, okay?
Right.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that either, yeah.
It's a town. It has an airport. It's a town, and it looks like if you've been to Paris.
Yes, I've been to Paris.
Or if you've been to Clarence.
Clarence, yes, I've been.
It looks similar, like that. Similar, yeah, okay. And it looks like you're not in Zim anymore.
Yeah, because it's like very tourist friendly.
It's touristy, so obviously the government will make sure.
So that would be
the roads there are good.
That would be the
first. And there's multiple garages. We drove past one garage.
I was
5 hours.
And
I remember saying to myself, if I don't fill up here,
you might be in shit.
This might be my ass.
Yeah.
And then, honest to God, that's what happened. When you got to Vic Falls, it's like 3-4 garages.
Then it starts becoming more urban.
There's art galleries.
Yeah.
There's ice cream pancake restaurants, coffee shops.
So you say the town is also called Victoria Falls?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also called Victoria Falls. And then we went to the falls. And the falls, man. Yeah. It's one of the 8 wonders.
Of the
used
world.
To be 7.
Yeah.
What was the 8 that was added?
And it was very recent.
I remember saying 7 to my wife and she corrected me. She said there's not 8.
And South Africa has 1. South Africa is included in the is it Table Mountain?
It's a Table Mountain.
I think Table Mountain might be.
Table Mountain.
Just factors. But South Africa might have 1 or 2. Yeah. South Africa might have 1 or 2
Mbali.
In the 8 wonders of the world. I think it must be. Just Google 8 wonders of the world. If South Africa has any, I think Table Mountain might.
Yeah.
Table Mountain, or if not Table Mountain, maybe Cradle of Humankind. One of the two.
God's Window, not God's Window?
Or even God's Window, I don't know. But I think it might be Table Mountain because Table Mountain is quite unique.
Yeah, so I saw those falls, man, and
Majestica.
And you know, like the spray from the. That's not even mist. What do you call the spray?
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, it's a lot. You have to wear a raincoat.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have to wear a raincoat. You'll be drenched by the time you come back.
Wow.
And there's like 16 viewpoints.
Yeah.
Right? And so you walk along these viewpoints and you're seeing the waterfall from different angles as you walk along this path.
This is incredible.
And the more you get to I'll fit up on my viewpoint 8 to 16. That's when the spray
starts
to
heavy.
get like really intense.
And that's why you need a raincoat.
You need a raincoat. Like it feels like it's raining.
Shit.
But it's just water splashing.
And from there you could see Zambia again.
Yeah, so Zambia is right across. Right across the river.
I get the is it the Zambia side or is it the Zimbabwe side that calls it Musiwatunya?
Musiwatunya was called by the Zambians.
Because Balozi.
Yeah, they're the ones that. Yeah.
Yes, so
it's a different name in Zim.
Yeah, in Zim they don't call Vic Falls.
Yeah, Musiwatunya
because Mantatisi I think went Lebasotho. So the Lozi I think they speak a language close to Sotho.
Yeah, Mantatisi never made it that far. No.
But his people, her people did.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Lozi
yeah
have a connection with the Sotho, even like a language. She was a Queen Regent Yabatloko.
Eh.
So I don't know. I think when she got to Zim, she I don't know if she made it across, but her people ended up influencing the culture Yabalozi in Zambia. She did conquer. We can fact check that. But how about Mantatis was Queen Yabatloko?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, man, yeah, it's majestic. I remember feeling like how like Sangobas would have a field day here.
Yeah.
It feels like
they might ruin it though.
It's so majestic that it almost feels spiritual.
Yeah.
They're like, they'll have a field day here. Yeah. So we did that.
You spent the night there?
Yeah, I spent the night.
That was Sunday night.
And then, that was Sunday night. We did the Vic Falls the Monday morning. Because I was too tired from the drive. I was like...
so you all arrived and just chilled?
We just chilled. And then the Monday morning, we did the falls. And then after the falls, we drove to the airport.
Okay.
We flew back. Now, this week... So, you know, we bought a place, I get?
Yeah.
Now, how it was supposed to work out was... We were going to buy a place, which we did last year. Then... registration would be done by the end of Feb.
Yeah, which takes about 3 months.
Right. That's what we were hoping. Then we would do renovations from the 1st of March to the end of March.
So that you can move in end of March.
So, because the plan was to move out end of Feb, I listed my apartment.
Where you guys currently live.
Right, yeah.
Where you lived, yeah.
So, my tenants came in on the 1st of March.
Okay.
So, I had to move out.
Because your house was not ready.
Yes, because my house wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So, now I had to move out that place because my tenants are moving in.
Yeah.
And find temporary residence for the month of March. Luckily, I found a residence next door.
Yeah, you said next complex, yeah.
Not next complex, literally next door.
To where you bought the house. Oh, next door.
To my current spot. You've been in the complex. Right?
When you said next door, I thought you meant next
stayed
complex.
At 29. I stayed at 29.
You went to move to 30.
I moved to 28. Right? I was there for a month, right?
Yeah.
But now registration came in mid-March.
Yeah.
Registration came in mid-March. Renovation started a week later.
Okay.
So that's the last week of March.
Yeah.
We're not moving into the house at the end of March.
Yeah.
Right? So...
And this side, you signed a 1 month lease?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now in the last week of March, I'm like to the owner, I'm like, yo, can you give me an extension?
Yeah.
She's like, nah, I just got a long-term tenant.
Yeah.
So now I had to move out.
To
So now we had to find a place for April.
Yeah.
Which we've now found. That starts on the 1st of April.
To end of April.
To what's the last day of April? Is it 30th or 31st? 30th, right? But what we didn't think of is that, what was the date yesterday?
Yesterday was the 31st.
Right? Is that we don't have a night at that place for the 31st.
Yeah.
And we can only check into the new place
on the 1st.
Which is today.
Yeah.
So what did we have to do? Find an Airbnb for last night.
And your stuff?
My nigga, if I tell you what my life right now is. So yesterday, so what I did then, I spoke to my tenant. I'm like, the garage.
Okay.
Can I use the garage as storage space? I'll give you a discount in the rent.
Okay.
So he's like, I spoke to his wife, shop.
Okay.
So come get discount the rent. So I put all my furniture is in the garage.
Yeah. They don't have a car. Or they can park on the...
They can park, yeah.
On the other
then there's
parking.
the stuff that we need to take to
Airbnb.
The place we'll be staying at for
the
April. Yeah. How can I burn out my car? Because I got my car back.
Yeah.
It's full to the... You can't see the back seat.
Yeah.
And then full over there. Bruh. Last night, you had to move stuff. So we moved into.
Because I saw his car. His car is also full. Because you're driving your wife's car.
Yeah. So where we staying now, the unit, it's 3 floors.
Fuck, it's Airbnb.
It's an Airbnb.
Okay.
It's 3 floors.
Yeah.
And these 1-bedroom apartments are on the top floor.
Yeah.
So you gotta walk up. You've seen them stairs.
Yes.
So you walk, my bad, last night was. So now what I do, when I'm busy like taking stuff up, I forget that I'm only here for one night. Yeah.
So
So let me tell you about my morning, kid.
Guys, we are still in the intro.
In the morning, I had to carry all that fucking shit back down and pack it into the car. I'm like, why the fuck did I take these things up here?
Yeah, because Airbnb is finished.
So today,
you just need toothpaste and your change of clothes.
Today I'm checking into the
into
the other unit in the same complex.
Okay, where you gonna stay for the month?
Where I now have to go and do the packing again in the evening.
Do you have a space? Did you find a spaceman?
Yeah?
Did you find a spaceman?
Nah.
That's why you need a spaceman.
Nah. So that's been my.
When I saw Mo today,
so tired
I'm
for
like,
you.
what? Yeah, like
That's been my week.
that's hectic.
But yeah, Mbali.
Hi.
You?
Hello.
You better tell me about. You better talk about that story.
I'm talking about nothing. I had an uneventful 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
No, it was eventful.
An uneventful 2 weeks.
weeks.
I went to Bethlehem last weekend. I went to
The funeral
a
with us.
show. Yeah. After when we came back from the funeral.
Oh yeah, you all did some concert.
Friends. Last weekend I went to a concert. Had a good time. Got very drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have VIP because I saw you were
Yes.
very close to Msaki.
Yes.
How was her performance?
It wasn't her best, but it was her last.
Was it the first time you've ever seen her?
No.
I've never seen her
last.
live.
Her last Johannesburg show. I get it.
Because she's doing a hiatus, ne? She's going on a break.
Why?
I know why, but
No trust.
She's sensitive.
no, I know why, but
Steady.
no. I guess she got caught up in that nasty business.
She just said Nyamheta and she's a sensitive
No,
soul.
yes, but
Which business?
yeah, now.
Who?
Smash.
Smash Africa.
Remember there was a story of Msaki being in nasty business, man. It was trending.
No.
So,
Smash.
Yeah,
Smash
Smash
Africa,
Africa is
Dreads.
married to someone.
Smash?
Musaki was married to someone.
Some TV presenter. You was
He's,
on
he's on
YFM.
radio.
But I don't want to
So
besmirch
it's two
her
married
image.
people that cheated and
Yes.
got caught.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she got smoke for that, and then Abare decided based on this smoke, I'm actually taking a break.
I don't.
That's the truth.
That's not what I'd like to think of her.
Yes, because she's your faith. Mara, she's leaving. Yeah, she's leaving because of the smoke from that scandal.
Okay, Getty. Whatever the reason is, it was her
That
last
is the reason.
Johannesburg performance,
Yeah,
and I'm so happy I got to see it.
I like her, by the way.
Yeah, I've just been doing mid-run things. I've just been mid-running.
Sure. Can we come up to that?
Living at Perere.
Then the pinnacle, the cracks, the
Tell
cracks.
me. What was your impression of Bethlehem as somebody that was there for the first time? And I want your honest, brutal,
It's just a typical small town.
typical small town.
It's actually a lot bigger than I had thought because
Yeah.
you guys just make a joke. Bethlehem is so small that there isn't sections of load shedding. If there's load shedding, then the whole town.
Yeah,
is
like
affected.
explain the same. Yeah,
But it's
yeah, that's small town. The town and the village have the same load shedding.
yeah,
You
there's
can't
no
miss.
scare. There's no.
Yes,
Yeah,
That's
no, it's
true.
actually a lot bigger than I had thought.
You've been to Manfred where there was load shedding?
Yeah.
Ultima everywhere.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah, bo. Yeah, and I got to see where Des got his beat down.
And you meet Ronza.
And I met
Ronza's
Ronza.
funny. That
Wow,
guy
I actually had so
is
much fun.
Hella funny. Funny. Not even saying jokes, bro.
Just talking.
Ronza, you gotta put emphasis on the words. You can't just say, this guy moved from here to there. You must say, Bruh, and you would laugh your ass off. He's so funny.
And your friends, I didn't know they were from Bethlehem because I'd see them at Dojo events. I didn't like Kaze.
Kaze?
Yeah, I didn't
You don't know though? That's a Bethlehem.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
Kaze's from
know.
Bethlehem.
That's a Bethlehem crew. Bonza.
And towards the Mtakan. Bricks.
Bricks.
But you remember Bricks?
Yeah, to be completely honest, by the time we got to Bethlehem, they sent light deal.
Yo, when I found them.
They sent like.
Because I didn't know you were leaving the same night.
So I was meant to leave in the morning because of y'all.
Who's y'all?
You.
That's what I asked
everyone
him.
in my life.
That's
right
what
now.
I asked him. I was like, "Who the hell is y'all?" Because
No, because I was
Everyone in my
unconfirmed.
life. Everyone in my life.
No, I was unconfirmed.
That was going, yes.
Yes.
But still now, because there's a lot of unconfirmed what, and I wanted to avoid the whole, what you call, accommodation complication for y'all.
Okay.
Right? So now I'm being asked, Vanning, it wasn't just, it was you.
Yes.
You asked, who else asked?
Mutlatsi
asked.
Yeah.
and Lesego.
Yeah.
And Sekou.
Right?
Sekou,
So now I'm
yeah.
like, okay, the car is now full. And there's too many people, and I don't want people to have to think about
Sleeping
accommodation
over.
now.
Because we'll get in the morning at 10, come back.
Yeah, because none of it via the evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I moved it to the morning because now there's like, people.
Yeah.
And then, via.
No, it's,
Nothing,
what
we're not
put me off
content.
was when Modis is like, "No, we have to leave we're leaving at 4. I was like, "Go."
I can't do 4.
Next thing delayed.
Yeah.
Next thing we're all late.
Because that thing was starting at 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a morning plan is always a bad idea.
So now can you
It is.
can
It's
you
always
imagine
bad,
now,
yeah.
right? Can you imagine? You go to your wife, you tell your wife that you're going to a funeral, and you're gonna leave Saturday morning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then Mbali will say what happened. Now I have to go back and say, well, no, actually I'm leaving this evening.
Story searching.
Stories are changed. That was awkward.
Yeah, you have to withdraw the
Nah, I have
leave
to-
form.
like, why?
The leave form.
That's what I'm saying.
No, so we left the day before, like very early, couple 11, I think, was when we hit the road.
Hi.
Mm.
Couple 11, we left Joburg, couple 11, the 3 of us.
Just, yeah, and I'm sorry.
Closer to you.
And yay, it was like we made a trip of it. We took so long
Now
to
you
get
guys,
to Bethlehem. We took
the
so long.
content.
Sifike in the afternoon. But
You left Joburg at 11
yeah,
and got there what time?
I'm sure
Like
that
6
was-
hours later.
Yeah.
Because you stopped and
Got
took
there,
pictures on
I
the
think
road.
couple 4.
I saw those pictures.
I think it's couple 4. Ne?
Cha.
Yeah. And then, but because we had been having such an adventurous day, Difike mne Bethlehem, Segulate, but badly.
Yeah, I
And then we went.
I'm like,
I guess I Glotes. And then
On-
from
on the day,
Glotes, yes,
on
when we
yona.
arrived, sifikele Glotes, and then ke ngoku saqhubeka ke ngoku
In the program.
ways.
In the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing you started there, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good thing you started there.
but yeah, outside of the fact that we see the Ndabezikhlungu, I had a really good time in Bethlehem. I wish.
How many sports did you guys do the night before? Did you move around?
Hey, I don't know.
I did.
I don't know if part of
He
it
was,
was a
he
sport.
was at a place called Mo's.
That's their new spot.
Oh, they moved from there. So
Yeah. So what happened was, remember the spot that we wanted to use?
is Banabana lease up for
It
didn't work out.
They did it. Yeah.
so they got a new spot.
That was a new spot.
It's in the township or in
in town.
It's in town. Better spot?
No,
It's not better.
it's smaller,
Smaller. Okay.
but it works.
It works for them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was that.
And then
Sabuya kaloku eBethlehem nakhona senza content xa sibuya kwamandi wethu.
and then
Thabang, what are you wanting to get at? Inini usithi and then?
like really shout out what's up. Okay, I want.
What are you talking about?
How was last week in particular?
So typical small town.
Yes, typical small town.
You look shiny.
In my friend nani.
A lot.
Like all of us.
We too. But ilokish lenu, it's not Ilali. Yeah, well, I thought Bethlehem finally.
There's no village in Bethlehem.
But I didn't, like, in my mind, I had imagined it to be in Atix's Lali.
Yeah,
but that's not the case. Bethlehem sana.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo, niggas be like, no, it's on my plus.
No, yeah, you're not.
No, like, Nambe is funny. And
that's what a lot of people think Bethlehem looks like.
It's not.
Yeah, Bethlehem is.
Hey.
That's why I'm always like, because I'm from far. So whenever I see like niggas from Bethlehem here, then niggas are looking at it like, yo, dude, like with your exposure to Joburg and with the resources you have back home, I think you have better chances of making it big if you actually go home and you can visit Joburg. Because now in Bethlehem, you can be a big fish in a small pond, but in Joburg, you are a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah. But one thing I can tell you about Bethlehem, hood politics.
They are heavy, ne? I saw I never thought that I didn't know it's heavy politics.
I mean, even when we were sitting, after the funeral,
we
were sitting under the tree drinking. If you just listen to those stories, those are hood politics.
Yeah.
Okay, those stories.
That's typical small town, actually.
The hood politics, and and what it does is, because that's what I keep saying to everybody. Nobody that's there wants to be there, bro. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to get out of that place.
Yeah,
but it's toxic.
But my friendly, what about Bethlehem? But I'm friendly, so be friendly.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed myself.
Where did you?
Yeah, bruh.
The day
on the day.
Yeah, on the day. There's a place. I can say it, man.
What does it look like? Oh wait.
No man. Opposite shop in Somalia. Not far from Deza's house.
Okay.
Kuko ingati kusema plangeni wethu. I don't know how to explain it. Ingati kuse plant, but hey, iselokishini la ndawo man. Sifumane inyama phane
papa.
Hey.
I think it roots.
Possibly. I can say we were meeting
is it in Deza's neighborhood?
Yes. I don't, well, by Onge neighborhood, I don't know. It didn't feel like a far drive.
How long?
About 15 minutes at most.
Oh, roots. That's a different hood, yeah?
Is it? So
section.
Sesafumana ge chisanyama sa papisa before siyo qhubeke ne evening yethu. So that's why I'm saying everything just feels like such a movie.
Yeah, okay. I'm content with your response about Bethlehem.
Yes, Bethlehem is not what I thought it would be. It's a lot.
And how did you find the people?
But the only people I found were the people that
you
know
went there
people.
with. Okay.
From Joburg.
I want to know how people,
I befriended
view it,
like a table of girls at Mo's, the ladies that I was sitting with.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Okay.
Mo's is the new spot. Thabo Chabe was a different spot.
Where
Mo's.
She? Huh?
Mo's is a new spot. Yeah. Mo's is a spot that you went to.
What's Mo's now?
The place.
Is it called Mo's?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
So Kyona Chabe, or that's a different place.
That's the place.
So Habano Akali Bitule Labona La Habocha.
Kabocha, no.
So they're also changing the name.
I think Kabocha was. I don't know who renamed, if they renamed that place Kabocha or if it's the owner. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but it makes a Mo's pa. And I discovered that Modise can play pool. I never picked him for a pool man. In my life, I thought he would suck at such things.
Yeah, Modise can play
pool. It's because people don't know Bethlehem. Oh no, it's not a Bethlehem thing. It's how I talk. I sound like a snob.
Yeah.
You are though. But that's.
But we played pool that day at the
Miakapa.
Yeah.
She said she never saw me because she was on her own.
She was
recreation.
Standing on the rain.
And I was killing niggas, right?
You were killing niggas.
I was standing in the rain.
Because but that's also play. You were. So the seat like, I'm like, why are you in the rain? It's so nice.
It feels so good.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the best thing I could have ever done for myself, to not constrain myself to suburban life.
It is.
Yeah, and because in high school I only went home to sleep.
You lived in the you.
I was always where I met Bukazi, how I met Bukazi, I was
like
always in the township.
That's about where you stay and where you live are two different places.
I lived in the hood, bro.
Lived in the hood, but stay in the burbs.
And I love it.
Yeah, that's good. The hood will shape your life. Young man, are you good?
I'm alright.
What it do?
What it do?
We're laying these waves, bro.
I want to get me one of those.
I want to get me one of those and a bandana.
You need them. They're like $20 in town.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get us.
Mad cheap.
Get us.
Give me a black one. I'll wear it in the house, though. I don't think I can leave the house for that.
I think
I'll
you'd be
get looking
50
like
Cent
Memphis
with a white
Bleak.
tank top.
I want to wear it at the event.
You got it for the party.
Wear it.
Nah, I want it at the house, when I'm chilling,
And do your roles.
Dude, with a do-rag, man.
Listening to Rockefeller.
rub a couple loud.
Yeah, man. Yeah, wait, that was a long intro. But yeah, let's get into the shits. And what has been happening?
I didn't read the
treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe should we let TG quarterback it?
Yeah.
Since it's his treatment.
Yeah, it's his treatment. Let's. But I know like the big story that's broke and is still running is the whole Thabo Besta shit.
Okay, yeah, let's start off with that. That's the first one on treatment.
With
Is it?
Yeah. So with Thabo Besta, people found him in Santon. There was a picture.
He grew his hair out.
Yeah.
And was wearing jeans.
Yeah. At Woolies. I like, some sparkling water. But, okay, so now it turns out this man escaped from prison. There's a dead body that was found in his cell that apparently was supposed to be him.
At that point in time, he was known to have been dead.
Yes.
Until somebody saw him, took a snap, and it's like, isn't this guy dead?
Yeah.
Then that's when people started investigating.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that's how all of this came into the spotlight now. But I saw he was on a different podcast. They got a guy from prison and they were interviewing this person. And this person has been putting out tweets. Yeah, he's been putting out tweets that, this person, Thabo Besta, escaped from prison. And they date back to about 2020. So they've been coming with evidence that, this man that was declared dead is not Thabo Besta. Thabo Besta escaped from prison.
Is that even his real name? It sounds like it is because they actually showed there's information that came about he was actually, when he was young, he scammed Yo TV because he was arrested at 17.
How did he scam Yo TV?
I don't know. He must have maybe posed as a
scamming Yo TV is nasty.
as a company producer, Mamofa, whatever.
Do they still make it?
Nah,
Yo TV, no.
Nah, I don't think they do.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good
I
show.
haven't watched SABC.
If you guys were to bump into someone that is alleged or supposed to be dead, would you recognize them? Or
I
like a wanted person?
I was even thinking when that picture got posted, I was like, it's a very big chance that this might not be him.
Yeah, that's why I had the same thoughts as well. I had the same thought as well until more evidence started popping that it actually was him.
Do you think he got sold out by the people that helped him escape from prison? Because what are the chances that someone posts your picture, then suddenly your life just starts unraveling?
Yes, because that person...
Somebody stole a picture of him at the grocery store.
Because the person knows him.
But what I'm saying is, would you say if you were to bump into someone that escaped from prison, Sky Guy, would you instantly recognize that this person is a wanted? Do you know?
No, but I can understand why they might have recognized him because he was... Is prolific the right word? Rapist.
Yes.
Rapist. He's the Facebook rapist.
Yes, he's the Facebook
But
so
rapist.
every girl...
What I'm saying is, when this person put out the tweets to say this man escaped from prison, no one paid him no mind. But Jiggy, this one picture goes out and then the truth just comes out.
Because it's a picture.
And
And who the hell listens to ex-convict?
And now, this woman, apparently she's a married woman.
The doctor.
Nandi,
The doctor.
Dr. Nandi is married to Thabo Besta.
No. Apparently she's the husband, the one
to
she has
someone
kids.
else?
Thabo Besta is a boyfriend.
Wow.
But when she helped him escape, she posed
As his wife.
a spouse.
Okay.
Because I guess they're at large.
Yes.
But the husband went and took the kids from
Now
school.
they're even telling us how the body got into his cell. Where was this information all along?
Exactly. These are the questions that...
Because I think
But that's all still speculation. None of it has been confirmed because some are saying a fridge, some are saying a kist.
Hey.
They did confirm that the body that burnt
was not his.
Was not him. Yeah, but the story as to how it got in.
Oh, how the body got into the cell.
Yeah, that's still like
speculation. But what they did confirm was that the body was already dead.
Yes.
When it got into it. It did not die from the fire.
Yes.
It died from a knock.
Yes.
A knock on the head.
So they went to kill somebody.
They killed somebody, then put him in the cell to pretend that he is this nigga.
And he was shorter or taller than...
Yes, the measurements didn't work.
the heights were not communicating.
That guy pulled a scam. That guy pulled a... Like there was a media event and it was full of prolific media people. Boy, Yvonne Chaka Chaka singing happy birthday for this nigga when he was in jail and he had a white drop.
Who?
Thabo Bester. He launched a media company.
Yeah.
Then they said, we are now going to cross over to our chairman who's in New York and this guy is in jail with a white drop. But we didn't know happy birthday.
No way.
I saw that. I saw that.
That was madness.
Where he was scamming people from jail.
Yes.
He ran operations from jail. Before he escaped, he launched a company.
A tie in jail.
Yeah.
Because he scammed the Motsepe name. Yes. So he was calling himself Tom Motsepe.
Yes.
That's how he did the rapes.
Because he was posing as someone who was working from New York.
So he launched a media company that was a scam. Did a glamorous event. The launch of the company was in Santon.
Yeah.
He invited Amanda to Pond. You want Chaka Chaka mama. Then they said we will now cross over to our chairman who's busy. He's in New York and it's his birthday. Can you sing happy birthday? This guy's in jail with a white drop.
With a white drop.
Okay, that's cool. That's in jail.
Nah, a nigga like that, we're not hearing the end of. Even if they catch that.
That nigga is not the end of him, bro.
Nah, we're not hearing the end of it. That nigga has been scamming since 17.
Yeah.
Since.
And then I think he also got big names. They won't catch him.
I don't think so.
He's got big names.
He's very connected.
I'm just feeling really sorry for the Nandi. Well, not sorry. No, I'm not feeling sorry for her. I just can't stop thinking about how fucked she is. There's no way out for her. You harbored a fucking escaped convict.
But you know what's not clear? What's not clear is that how they met.
Because love thugs.
But what's not clear is whether they had a relationship before he went to jail or after, because they're not clear about how they met.
But now she's in too deep.
Yeah, I think they interviewed the father. The father said
she's a fugitive now.
Yeah, she's harboring she's a fugitive because they discovered that I think she's a legit doctor, but she just wasn't renewing her annual
membership fee.
Because people think she's not a doctor. I think she is. It's just that she
hasn't been
her admin.
Shandies. There's a place where they used to live, and they were saying that when they went to go view the place, she will FaceTime homeboy, and it'd be like, okay, so this is the place where we're going to
he's overseas.
That husband is wife.
Yes, and he was in jail.
Yeah,
and she would say, my husband is overseas, but we are, but here's the house. But I don't know how they met.
Yeah. So the landlord said he only met Thabo Bester last year.
And that's when he escaped again. Yeah. But he was going by a different name.
Yes.
He was Nkwana or Nkwanya, something. Lived in the same street as the president.
The audacity of this man.
Houdini.
I gotta respect that.
You gotta respect that.
That's a hustle right there.
Yeah, I gotta respect that.
Okay, on our treatments.
But wait, before we move on.
Cool.
Where would you hide?
Mahaying, fan. No. Mahaying.
Man basezlalini bayazana tabang.
Nah. Mahaying, fan.
Man basezlalini bayazana.
But I was drawing in them. Hey, yeah, but I'd hide. I still hide Mahaying.
No.
That's not sustainable.
Huh?
You will get caught. It's not sustainable.
You must go live in a squatter camp.
Ube Mwalusi or something.
Yeah.
But you're not going to want to live there.
Not going to want to live there.
We've spoken about this guy. New country?
You go to a squatter camp.
Or new country?
Go live in a shack.
Do you want to live in a shack with Mali?
And you're laying low.
I create there are rumors now. I create Kevin Watson is not really dead. If you believe that, you are dumb. The convoy July, same man. That same nigga who was from Mpumalanga.
Sam Holdings.
Holdings, remember? He just disappeared. But the story is that he's dead. So you either get plastic surgery.
That's not enough money. You don't have enough money to do that. To get a whole new face.
Yeah, but the people we are talking about have money.
But
Thabo Besta, I guess another property company where they were scamming people of millions. That Oram property thing. Please. She's a doctor.
Then why did he not think to do that?
I guess he grew his hair out, Kapem.
While I was in Vic Falls, because the Zambezis runs right between Zambia and Zim. So this guy was telling me that it's crocodile infested, but there's a certain section that isn't.
Yeah.
And that's where people use to cross over. So if you're trying to get to SA, you'd travel to Zambia, then get to Livingston, which is where Vic Falls is on the Zambia side, and then swim across the river. Yeah. You're in Zim, and then make your way
to South Africa,
to SA.
Yeah. That's why they do it in August, because a man's man.
Is it? Yeah, so I'm just thinking, like, if I had to skip, let's say I'm trying to get to Mbali.
Where Russell Simmons is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about it. Like, how would I do that? And how do I keep the money with me?
Because I think you wire the money, because with Dubai you can wire money.
And you got to have somebody that you trust that's not just going to disappear.
Disappear with your money.
Because all the way, it might even take you months to get to Bali.
Yeah.
I think your first exit plan is to go to a country where you know there's someone there already. So
that you trust.
That will receive you.
Trust that person. And then that person will maybe sort out the things for you to arrive and give you a place to stay.
Because you need money every border.
Because when you have currency hard.
It has to be currency.
Yeah.
Because a nigga will look away if you give him a
Because once you get across the border into Zim, then it's across country to Zambia. And where you catching a flight.
Yeah.
And you might get robbed by the people that are also... Yeah.
And
So
you need a
can't
private
have too
jet
much
somewhere.
money. Because we're putting a backpack.
That's why most these guys, study scammers, over and above the money, they've got the gift of the gab, bro. They know how to convince people.
I'd just hide in plain sight. I'd just be here in Joburg.
Nah, I gotta get out of here.
Now you gotta get out.
You have to get out of here.
No, I'd bester it. I'd also just...
I thought of Lesotho.
Leave 4 ways, go to Midrand.
They
don't know you in Midrand.
They'll catch you. I mean, they caught Pablo. They caught Pablo because he was hiding in a townhouse.
Yeah.
And they caught him because of phone. Once there's transmission,
Phone.
they caught.
But he was down and out by the time they got him.
You have to get off the grid.
Yeah, you have to be off grade.
Cleaning I turn the phone anyway.
Off grade.
Yeah, I think that's what I do.
And the only problem with flying is that now you're probably on the Interpol list.
Yeah, you're on the Interpol.
So everywhere you can't clear customs
Unless you have enough money to fly private. Because if
But
even still.
private,
Yeah,
you have
still
to go through customs.
Only if you're a diplomat, you don't go through customs.
You have to go through customs.
That is true. That is true.
So it means that now the only way for you to get to where you want to be is by land.
Yes. And that's dangerous.
You must be
And
that
that's dangerous.
YouTuber. You know that girl who's doing a trip to, I think it's Congo, with a bus.
With a bus.
Yeah, she's going
That
bus.
looks like so much fun, bruh.
Did.
Oh, I haven't watched this. What's
on
the story?
TikTok.
Oh, she's narrating how
She
she's...
went to Congo.
Yeah.
Why Congo?
So she's changing buses.
Yeah.
So she catches a bus from one country?
Yes.
I know I saw there's a guy who did 12 countries walking though. Jeba tried to do that. Ne? So I was asking them. So Jeba did a walk from South Africa to Kenya.
Yeah.
I think it was promoting some album. So I'm like, so did Jeba make it? He's hiking. Yeah, but he had a thing about a walk to Kenya. So there's a guy who did 12 countries. I saw some lady, I'm a poster. So he was living in Canada. He's from Cameroon or something. So he started in South Africa. Then he was gonna walk from Cape to Cairo. He walked from Cape to Cairo.
Is it not that guy that needed to get rescued?
No, the guy was a businessman. Like
charity.
No.
These charity walks.
I don't know if it was charity, but he walked from Cape to Cairo.
No, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Walking's good. Walking's healthy.
I know. There's a guy, Tabang Shikwambane. He's a MD of some ad agency. He cycled. He was launching a foundation, so he cycled from South Africa, I think somewhere to the equator. So he was cycling and living with. I would like to do that. You know, like where you like come across like you know the villages that you came across. And you're like, this is who I am, that's what I'm doing. And then they host you for 2 or 3 days. And you eat what they eat.
That's what she's doing, this girl.
I would love to do that.
She lives with the villagers or whoever.
Yeah.
She's alone.
Yeah.
How is she doing it?
To discover the country.
She just knows how to speak to people.
She on her TikTok, she'll say, I'm headed to this country next. If you know anyone that can host me.
But what's her motivation for doing it?
She's just a traveler.
Yeah.
She's a travel
still
blogger.
Answering me. I didn't get the answer. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
How does she assimilate into these communities? She know people or
no? She doesn't. Like complete strangers. She'll just say on her TikTok, "Okay, I'll be in Zambia tomorrow."
If you know someone.
Initially, she would check into Airbnbs or hostels, but then because she wants to get the real experience of the particular country she's in, then she just asked whoever to host, because there's one country she was staying with the chief of some village, and then she'd partake in whatever chores that they have, pana, help with the cooking,
human sacrifice, all that shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cannibalism, laughing.
But yes, that's what she'd do. She'd be like, okay, I'm gonna be in your town next. If you're welcome to hosting me.
Also, it was a thing, and
That
people
would
were
be
really
dope.
following and responding. How long did it take her?
I can't remember.
So she's reached the destination, or she's en route? No.
Well, it's because I keep catching her on TikTok, so it's like just random videos that I'd come across.
She's still traveling.
I don't know if this is over already, or
that's what
am I just late on her trend? Am I late?
I think we found it a bit late.
Nah.
Yeah. I think
but
maybe.
I would love to do that though.
Yeah, that looks so fun.
Yeah, that's dope.
Because I remember when I went to Bali, there's a guy, Baba Bitang, your
tour guide.
Your tour guide.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he was a very nice guy. So I'm like, yo, man, I don't want this touristy shit. Where do you live? He's like, you know, like with most of these tropical places like Mauritius, like 90% is dead poor.
Yes.
Then there's the islands are very like tourist friendly. It's the same thing with Bali. So you'll never experience like it's the same thing with the Seychelles. Yeah. So I said to this nigga, where do you live? He's like, no, I live. And like he's very shy. He doesn't know, where do you live? He's like, nah, come fetch me for dinner. I want to come to your place. I'm like, okay, I'll pay you. He's like, no, I don't work. I'll pay you. I'm like, no, I want the experience. I want to know what you guys eat. And then he took me.
Yeah.
And I love that part more.
What was it like?
It was bright. It's like they live like in because it's foresty, you know? Like, so part of the house is constructed with the trees, you know, like maybe the back is the tree or whatever. And you go in there, it's literally huts made out of mud. You know, the story of how there's a cappuccino that's made. There's a guy who discovered there was goats that would eat. I think it was cappuccino how it was discovered, if I'm not wrong.
Coffee, isn't it?
Yes, coffee. So when they eat the coffee beans, they found that then the goats, the bean would ferment in the stomach and they shit it out. Then they use those beans to make coffee. I can't remember which coffee it is, but it's a very premium coffee. So he was starting to tell me the story about how, you know, like coffee is a culture there, and how the guy who discovered when he made that coffee, because they have coffee beans, or and then it ferments in the stomach, and then it became the nicest coffee ever. I think it was cappuccino. How they discovered a cappuccino, I'm not sure, but I'll fact check that. But
cappuccino is just a espresso with milk.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
You're talking about coffee, bro.
Coffee, the coffee bean is.
Yeah, not cappuccino.
Yeah, but there's a coffee that's well known.
Not a mocha.
Yeah, like, but they use mocha.
Coffee wasn't hot chocolate.
Wasn't coffee discovered in Ethiopia?
Yeah, because Ethiopian coffee is also good coffee. Brazil.
Because I know that goat story.
Yeah, you know, he was just telling me about that story. But But he made it sound like it was from the story was from Mbali. I don't know. Yeah.
Speaking of Dipudi, I've been to Burundi before, and we've never slaughtered that much in my life. Like I was there for an entire month, and every week would slaughter a goat to eat.
Why?
Yeah.
Where were you staying?
Because there's no
Was it like in a village?
No, we went there as diplomats. We lived literally the same streets as the president of Burundi.
Okay.
We were like in this gated community.
All right.
And we lived in a compound. So people live in compounds. These high rise walls you can't really see next door or see the main road.
Mm-hmm.
So because there's no like Pick and Pay or Woolworths, you don't go in and just go buy your food. So we had to slaughter every week. And what an experience that was. Like, I think that's the most slaughtered.
And you're eating goat
back to back.
And goat is good. I like it.
Yeah.
In
Kenya, a lot of people don't.
You've been to Kenya?
Yeah, I've been to
Yeah,
Kenya.
Kenya, they eat a
like
lot of
the
goat.
smell.
It's still called mbuzi. Because in Kenya,
Yeah.
Mbuzi choma.
yeah, mbuzi choma nyama yembuzi.
That's been flame grilled.
Yeah, so bari horona, the way that we idolize lamb as being premium in Kenya, goat is their version of lamb.
Is it?
No,
That's what they told me.
it's not. Because it's cheap.
Well, they
It's
said
cheap.
it's also nice.
It's like
chicken to us.
Because lamb, we don't play around with lamb here.
Yeah.
You don't find
It's
a nigga,
because they grow a lot of sheep.
you don't find a nigga with a leg of lamb just chilling here, waiting for people to come in.
I don't know if
But I can order in Kenya. I could order a leg of goat on Uber Eats,
it was dead cheap.
and it comes wrapped in a foil. Yeah,
That's dope.
It's not my favorite.
it's a staple.
It's a staple.
It's
ne?
not premium. Yeah,
It's like chicken to us.
yeah, well,
Almost.
It's like chicken to everybody. Yeah.
They didn't have like a mall or anything in Burundi at the time I went. It was quite a long time ago though.
Yeah.
It was like 2016 when I went. And the entire trip, the whole month I was there, I saw like one stop sign. It's the only road sign I saw. Like road sign.
Where's Burundi?
It's next to
Central
Rwanda.
Africa.
It's next to
Central
Rwanda.
Africa.
It's next to
Rwanda.
Rwanda,
Yeah, when you fly to
because
Burundi,
they speak the same language.
What's
you
their claim to fame?
connect. You connect to Rwanda.
Is there any like any?
I don't think there
leader?
is.
None.
Because before I went to Burundi, I
Their claim
didn't
to
know
fame
Burundi.
is their president is Nkurunziza.
Yes.
He once tried to escape. I think there was a war. Then he tried to go to Tanzania. Then he wouldn't land because they I think they had a fight with Rwanda.
Yeah.
They essentially the same people, almost like Legonale Basotho, Lesotho. So I think he had a fight with Paul Kagame or something. So there was a coup. He flew to Tanzania. You can Google the story. And this nigga refused him permission to land.
Yeah, it's like,
And then he
nah.
was flying in the air. And the fuel was running out. His name is Nkurunziza from Burundi.
So what did he do?
He is the president.
Then they took. No, then he landed in Kenya because I remember Kenyatta had a political dilemma because Paul Kagame like, don't let that nigga land. Because I think in East Africa, I think Kenya is very strong.
Yeah.
Then Kagame told that nigga what Tanzania, if that nigga lands, then he was rotating around Kenya, trying to make calls. Can I refuel? That's the most famous story out of Burundi.
He used to play soccer weekly in like the community. He used to play.
Who,
he was
the
an
president?
Active, yeah, he was active.
And I would like to go to Burundi.
the
Burundi
soccer
is
team.
the people from Burundi
I
are
like to
beautiful.
visit a lot of African countries, but I'm afraid,
And Uganda, bro.
especially Central Africa.
I was telling
could
I
get
wish I
got
saw
there.
the beautiful women.
I was
that
telling
was
somebody-
a long month for me. I needed
who
to
was
get my
it?
dick sucked. I had to fly home.
Oh my
ASAP.
god! Did you not? Are there no girls there?
We saw girls and stuff, but all the like baddies we met
There's no
were
baddies.
from Somalia. Yeah, they were.
Somalia's
real
got
baddies.
beautiful
They
people.
were beautiful, those girls.
And Ethiopia has beautiful women.
But it saddens me because like as a Zulu
none of them
guy, I
wanted
like
to suck
girls
your
with
dick.
big butts. So
The-
there's no big butts. In
Where?
Burundi.
But Rwanda, there is big bums.
Yeah, but you see, I was only in Rwanda
Guys,
to
there's no
connect
big butts
to
anywhere in
Burundi.
Africa except South Africa.
Really?
Nah,
That
Tanzania
is
there is,
sad.
bro.
Nah,
I love big butts.
Nah.
Tanzania there's big bums.
nah.
Have you been to Tanzania?
Yeah. I went to Tanzania for my honeymoon.
Now you went to Zanzibar.
But I partied in Tanzania. I went to a club in Dar es Salaam.
Yeah, but there's bombs in Dar es Salaam, bro.
Like there's no.
I know, yeah.
There's no bomb. There's no bomb in Africa like the South African bomb. There isn't.
I can
there isn't. Well, I haven't traveled all of Africa, but what I've seen so far.
If you've got a bomb, post it.
What I've seen so far, there's no bomb in South Africa like the South African bomb.
There's no bomb better than the South African bomb.
There isn't.
There was a long month.
Like even beauty-wise, bro. Like it's just. You miss home when you
travel. Yeah.
Not every week, but it was. So I used to go. I went through a period where I couldn't survive if I went a week without text. So I always had someone on my phone I could text. See, but I didn't have anybody I could text in Burundi.
They were morals there, bro.
Yeah, they got morals.
So South Africa, we are blessed, beautiful woman.
We had a guy who was allocated as our driver.
Yeah,
we had a guy that was allocated as our driver for the month. So he used to take us places. He's like, yo, I got girl big bums. Take us there, get there. She has curves and stuff, but it's not big nyash, you know. South African women
it's
have
not
big
like
nyash.
I don't care whatever comes. I'm dying here in the motherland.
In the motherland.
I'm never going anywhere. I'm dying here, bro.
Speaking of Mzansi, I want to know, do you think the shutdown was a success? The shutdown was like 2 weeks ago.
EFFs, no?
Yeah.
EFF.
What do you think about it?
For me, it looked like a failure.
Okay.
Just based on the numbers. But obviously, the leader says otherwise. That guy, everything that he does, when he does a press conference. It's a resounding success. Everything is a resounding success. Yeah. Resounding success. Even with and he's good with, you know,
gift of the gab.
Even with the elections, with the last elections, he held the press conference. He's like, you know,
he's always good at press conferences.
Our campaigning was a resounding success. We grew in this municipality, that municipality, and the numbers say, okay, yeah, we grew.
We grew, but
we grew. Right? We're the only party that's been consistently growing since our inception in 2010, and it's true. You know, so now once you start giving me a trend, then it looks like I can buy your shit. But when you look at the event in isolation,
it looks like it was not.
You didn't do much.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that.
That's how I feel about that.
I don't think it was a success.
Why?
Because, and I'm in favor of a shutdown being the type of protest that can get the government working, right? The only problem is that because it's a shutdown that's called by a political party, so we choose political alliances whether we are participating or not. But I would really like a shutdown where, from how he sold it, it's a good concept. Like, bruh, the country is not working, so we not. So conceptually, I like that.
Yeah.
But because it's a party, so if there are people that don't favor ANC, they're like, I'm not going to participate because EFF, the win will be for EFF.
Yes.
But I think for their own template, it was a success in terms of, obviously, they made the news and they actually even said, we showed you that once we had a shutdown, we could show you that there were resources from a military point of view, from a technology point of view. There was electricity. So actually, through us calling this thing, the competence of government when they want to is there.
It's there. They had drones with infrared scanner.
It's there. There was police everywhere.
I couldn't believe
that.
The
reason you didn't partake because the EFF is who arranged it.
Actually, I think it happened the Monday after we came from the funeral. Yes. So I would have actually wanted to go.
And also it?
No, I was in my house. So it was the weekend after the funeral. So, but I had every intention of actually attending it.
What was Soweto looking like during that time, TG?
It was normal. It was normal.
He didn't bomb shit. He dug a hole.
They bombed my house. No, my area is actually very quiet. So even big protests or anything, it doesn't get like active that much.
So it wasn't.
It was a diversion.
It was just a normal day in my area. No, I'm young.
Why didn't you go?
I stayed home. I had to write a script. I had to present a show, which I did
But
yesterday.
it was a shutdown. Why didn't you shut down?
Why didn't I shut down? Because the following day, after the public holiday, it wasn't a shutdown. Things had to get back to normal.
Yeah, so that's why a shutdown will never work, because
I'm not going to no shutdown, bruh. I'm not going to no shutdown where the taxi association says we're not shutting down shit.
Yeah,
you need to get
Because
those
next
guys
thing
on
you
board.
know, you're out in the streets and these motherfuckers are having altercations with taxi drivers.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's shit and stones and bullets flying.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's police and police is shooting.
No.
No, man. Hold on, right? We've seen how bad these things can get.
Yeah.
I was coming nowhere near anything like, especially if you see when Santaco said,
They're
We're
not.
not, we're not rolling.
I was like, all right, nah.
But now when I say shutdown, I'm saying a shutdown does not have to be a physical event. It must be, say, hare skolong, hare msebetsing. Like, let's say, for example, like now, like the repo rate went up. Like let's say we have grievances that we as a society agree about. We don't agree about electricity. I think we all don't agree with certain ANC practices. We don't agree about the repo rate, whatever. And then we are saying, stay in your house, it's fine. Just stay in your house. Ne? But you are not going to work.
But we're still working.
Yeah, because you are working from home. I'm just saying generally.
Yeah, because I work from home, but I told them, like, I'm not coming to work in case, some shit hit.
Yeah, because some companies actually started granting people, say, you know what, for your safety, not that we are participating, but for your safety,
Don't come in.
we are
also
treating
told
this
not
as
to come
we
in.
are treating this as a leave or
Yes, we
or
also
holiday.
we also took leave.
Mara, la tsamala lona.
You see, but that's what a lot of South Africans did. A lot of South Africans went to go drink with their mates. Magudumana vibes.
Yeah, so conceptually, I think I believe in the idea. I wish we could do, in fact, like when it comes to shutdown, not even just politically, it'd be some companies that I think rub us the wrong way as black people. And I feel like, let's just show this company shit. Like, especially alcohol companies that deliver alcohol ka Easter. I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit. Oh my head. On Easter, there's a King horse and trailer delivering alcohol, bro. Like, fuck this company.
Jesus
like,
just died,
like,
bro.
I just wish like we could always like just take one company.
But to come out,
Like, bro, I
such
hate
a
it.
random thing to hate.
No. It's because like we are a highly religious society. Ne? What I'm just trying to show people is that as highly religious as we are, for our poisons and vices, when something's a vice, we don't agree. Even when that vice is an affront on what we believe in. Right? Like somebody can diss our culture, right? But if we feel like we need their product, we will not agree. And I wish a shutdown can happen like that.
Okay, here's my question. Because you said the shutdown was a failure. How would you say it's a success? What would make it a success?
But I just explained. I said,
I want to know from Bo, because you just said
okay.
now. Sorry.
What makes it a success is numbers. Numbers. I want to see people threatened. I want to see people scared. I want to see
Government shooting people.
Yeah, unrest. What I was avoiding by staying at home.
This is what you wanted to see.
I might get shot.
You wanted people to get shot, just not you.
I wanted to get my social credentials, bro. Like, my kid, yo, bro.
I just wanted to see, not violence per se, bro. Just like
pandemonium.
Yeah, like, it didn't feel like anything came to a standstill.
Guys, when some of my points like in COVID, people forced you to sit in your house.
That was a shutdown.
That was a shutdown.
That was a shutdown.
But that was a government shutdown.
Hey.
But that was a shutdown that was enforced on you.
On you. And you can't do it back.
Yes.
Somebody
when them niggas went and said, they closing the airport. I'm like, these niggas serious.
Anyway, bro, I've never seen a hippo. and unless I saw it on a documentary.
Me too.
I remember I was passing on 14th Avenue the 2 nights before. Comedy. Yo, I'm a hippo, baby.
I'm like,
I didn't even know we had these resources, bro. I'm like,
Our complexes were holding us hostage, bro. You're not allowed visitors.
Yo.
Hey.
I visited a complex in my boot. But that's a government shut. So you see, when a government wants to shut down, they will shut you down. But bro, like think about the numbers, bro. Like think about the logic. The logic is that no matter how powerful the government is, if people unanimously agree, they can overpower the government.
But the people can't unanimously agree if they are supporting
Exactly
parties like USA.
Exactly.
That's not going to be
that or their livelihoods.
You can't. Yeah, you can't do it because even for EFF by themselves, because they DA went to interdict EFF the shutdown, and then an order was granted that should there be any violence or
should be pinned on EFF
unrest, they would have been on the line like legally. So it became a bit shaky. You know, because now you're the leader. Because you imagine you're the leader, you have no way of controlling or everybody that's going to, and there's going to be like, you know, opportunistic elements and whatnot. What if this thing like gets out of control, people die or property gets damaged, and now you're the one that has to come answer for this shit? That must have been a scary night for him. That day.
Now, there wasn't load shedding on the day.
Yeah.
And the following day, there wasn't load shedding. And then after that was stage 1. So we only back to stage 4 like the past few days, 2-3 days.
Yeah, but I can sacrifice one day of load shedding just as a fuck you. But you know,
Yes.
Because they asked him, like, you know, why is there all of a sudden no load shedding on the day of, you know, and he attributed it to other factors.
He said there wasn't pressure on the grid. That time everyone was at home that day.
Yeah, everyone was at home.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean there's no pressure?
And he spoke of generators and whatnot, but suspending load shedding for a day is not difficult. Because you must remember, when they do load shedding, they're trying to spread the electricity over a long period of time. So I can sacrifice a day 2 months from now, just so y'all can have electricity for the whole day today. But 2 months from now, you'll forget that. You won't be able to draw the correlation. But one day is not much. Even today, they can give us a full day. But you pay for it in the future.
Do you think
and
maybe
now we are?
Do you think maybe they did it to keep us home, like so that people don't go to
because
the
now
shutdown?
you are going to appreciate the electricity.
That's also a possibility because once you switch off the power in the house, I have no reason to be there anymore.
Yeah, let me leave and go to the shutdown.
And niggas picketing outside. Let me go join them. I'm bored.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a thought I had. It came across my mind
because when
maybe
remember when I was on McGee's podcast, I said that in the hood, the number one preoccupation, there are two preoccupations, is hunger. So anything that can block hunger or keep bottom at bay. Those are my two preoccupations in the hood. I must be full. Basically, it's cut is pushing. So now, if I don't have electricity, and owner, I don't care what his campaign is.
Nyam join.
Yeah.
That's why
so that's why I mean even I remember Gaten Mackenzie was speaking to white people. He did there's this Cape Town Press Club or whatever. And he was like, guys, no matter what you do, NC is smart in politics. Yes, they may be.
Really
they are smart in politics, but like they are the longest surviving movement, even in the world. They are counted amongst the best in the world, like Sheikh Govero, whatever. They are good in politics. That's why they've survived so long.
That's why Malema is that good.
Yeah. So like they understand.
From there.
Yeah. So all they do is like then they give you a reason to stay home. So how now that is to push our shit in the parking line. Or you wanna catch up on your SOPs that you missed out on. They know the science.
You're happy to be at home.
You are happy to be at home.
Let me make it comfortable for you.
Yeah.
Fuck those niggas.
Let me make you comfortable so that you don't leave the house.
So
And then what they will do that on the government channels, they won't cover the shutdown as a breaking story.
How about you are asking for shutdown rounds?
We both
had time. We had home spout to pull
They are
up.
smart. They are smart.
Hey.
So Mo, I want to know from you, because your area of expertise is finance. What's
No, it's
your
not.
view
This
on
guy has no money.
the repo rate?
That's not what you said 2 weeks ago.
I might need some money from you after that.
What's going on with you?
Niggas.
This nigga was so confused, but like I've been poor my whole life.
He's buying houses. He's buying. This guy's drove 3 BMWs in the last year.
Which I'm
It doesn't matter.
all selling.
It doesn't matter. You drove in the last year. You drove 3 different BMWs.
Shit. Yeah, so what do you think about the repo rates? Give us your opinion from a financial standpoint. Educate us.
I don't follow the repo rate, bruh.
Okay.
And most times,
Do you see?
most times I don't. You know when you get the announcement, it hits you as a. It's like fuck. It's like the feeling you get when they raise petrol prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like nuts.
You know, and then a day or two later, you've taken it in stride
Yeah.
because. I want to be really careful about how I say this, but I'm not a penny pincher,
Yeah.
right? I'm not the guy that's gonna go look how much milk is at ShopRite compared to the milk at Pick and Pay,
You're gonna go with
and
convenience.
based on a $5
You're gonna drive
difference.
5 kilometers.
No, I'm not doing that, right?
Tell that to my mom about
like,
ATMs, bro.
This is what I have to pay. I need it. Fuck it.
And I need it as quick as possible.
And I have the room for it.
Yeah.
You see, I'm not on the edge.
Yeah.
I'm not on the edge.
Yeah.
And the room, the extra room that I now have to sacrifice for the increase in inflation or interest rates or whatnot means that I have to go sacrifice not bills but leisure things. And most times in my case, or black people, leisure things is alcohol.
Yeah.
So sacrificing money that I'm spending on alcohol to go pay a higher premium on my house is not a big
It's
price
not a
to
big
pay.
price. It's not a big price to pay, yeah. It's not a big price
Right.
to pay. Yeah.
Unless if, that extra 500 on your bond was the difference between you and your ass. Then it's a different story. But for now, I'm thinking, bruh, like, it's not nice, but I'm handling it.
Mbali, has your rent increased?
I said that on my status. This is it's a fat and set conducive environment.
No, they haven't increased my rent.
But now, how I would answer your question is that repo rate, besides a finance thing, is an economic thing actually.
Yeah.
And most people, it's like when you look at affordability, bruh, if you have to change your lifestyle when the repo rate increases, you didn't afford that thing to begin with. Right? You didn't. Right? So if you see, if you
Yeah.
if you are making your affordability,
Because that one's not open.
if you make your affordability based on certain variables that you are not in control of, you don't really afford it. You don't. Because when I buy a car or a house, I must say, if the repo rate changes in the next 3 or 5 years, will I still be able to live here?
Because, bruh, my bond went up from...
And you don't even live in the house.
went up from... No, not that one. That's a fixed rate.
Okay, you own the house, the townhouse. Yes.
Fixed rate. The new house is a fixed rate.
Yeah.
I don't care if it falls or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a good deal too. But my place, the one that I bought alone,
Yeah.
Yeah, your townhouse, yeah.
yeah, the townhouse, went from 6.5, right, to 6.8. Am I tapping on threads? Am I tapping threads on
for 400
Twitter
bucks?
over $300?
Yeah, nah.
No.
Shit that I swipe at a bottle store.
That you've just paid now.
And the half is lunch, yes. So once,
So it means that I have to sacrifice that shit that I swipe
yeah.
to pay the house. And that shit that I swipe wasn't doing me any good anyway.
No more fun time.
You see, I was talking to my brother about the same thing where like there are people that buy, like, listen to this. There are people that buy houses based where they work.
Based on
Where they work.
yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Like, when I bought my place, I was like, this is central enough to get me on N1, N14, M1.
Yeah.
If I get a job in Pretoria, I'm good. If I get a job in Sandton, I'm good. If I get a job in the East, I'm good. But I love this area. Nigga went and bought a house, more the Sky City. Sky City.
Okay.
Sky City. We went for a braai. In el braai, man. Sky City.
Sky City gets things.
Albertine. Deep Val.
Oh shit.
We had a braai there.
I remember.
Was Marvin's birthday. I combined it with someone.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You see how far that is? You know why he bought that house?
Because
he's a rep in Katlehong. I'm like, this is an entry-level job. And you're already basing a decision on a house on your entry-level job. If you get a sales manager job in the West End, you are fucked.
Yeah, fucked.
He's now selling the house.
Shit.
Because you don't make that a decision about where you live, about where you work. Renting, yes. But where you want to live, I'm saying, I'm settling here. And if I get the job in Pretoria, I will absorb it. When I know it's closer because my petrol, blah, bro. You don't buy a house based on your job. You don't.
And I'm saying what I'm saying, obviously, from a position of privilege.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it looks like for other people.
Yeah.
But when I complain, it's expensive. You just gotta pull back. Like, I'll tell you right now, I'm selling my car. I'm selling my car. I got 2 mortgages. No reason. There's no reason why I should be driving a premium brand vehicle only for me to struggle
in the house
to get leisure stuff.
Yeah.
And the house will not struggle. The bills are paid. But after the bills are paid, I don't have much to work with. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
the car is not worth it.
I'm selling the car, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about a car, you can always get it back.
I can always buy a car. So right now, the decision that I've made is that I'm going to sell my car. I'm not paying a car installment. No, I'm Ubering everywhere.
Yeah, just like me.
And you know, because when I do the math, I'm thinking, all right, I'm paying because the first Beamer. See, when I wrote off the first Beamer
on your wedding weekend,
on my wedding, the day before my wedding, right? When I wrote off that car,
it had been paid off.
That was the day before my last installment.
Shit, yes, I remember. Yeah.
God,
for that car.
Ooh.
So I was about to go into a world of no
installments,
and I was going to drive that car forever,
for as long as it can take.
Yeah. Then I had to go back in and buy a car. I get it. Bought that G20. And I remember one night,
beautiful.
It was like
the one that I showed you.
Yeah.
Gazla.
I remember sleeping one day. Who was saying on Twitter, you know, when you suspect that your girl is cheating?
Yeah.
And then
she probably is.
Kaulele unso hi man.
Hey. Why does it hey?
You are sleeping. You're having nightmares.
Tonight's an installment. Oh shit, man.
I think it was clicks. I don't know. I think it was clicks.
Yeah.
Or was it Wasang? I think it was clicks. Yeah. There was a one night. There's one night where I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Where I had a night like that. Thinking about the installment that I was paying on that car.
Yeah.
And how little sense it made for what I earned.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, bro, the installment that I'm paying here for my age, as a married man with a child,
trying to build a new family too.
I am behaving like an uneducated nigga right now.
Yeah.
I woke up that morning
And I like that.
and I said to my wife, I'm selling this car.
Yeah.
And I sold it and I got another car. But you see now, when I got that other car, I was still behaving like an uneducated nigga. Because what I really should have done was downgrade to the lowest of the lowest. Right? But what I did, I downgraded to an older BM.
You done it within the same brand.
Which only saved me about 3,000 Rand. And 3,000 Rand is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Right? And I thought, okay,
that's some
but
coin.
the installment still
doesn't make
more
sense
than what I was paying on my first Beamer.
Yeah.
About 2 grand more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hi. So now I'm driving the car fine over time, and then the registration for this house goes through. Now we're facing the
Really?
first installment in the face now.
Yeah.
It's a few days away. You know, and before it hit, I could already tell that, you know what? With the renovations that are happening, the things that I want to do, I want to go back to study too.
Yeah.
And there's some things that are going to happen in my life that are going to require money. This car is going to stand in the way of a lot of those things.
Yeah.
I need to dead it.
And most people cannot come to that realization because of lifestyle.
And I remember when I downgraded that G20, and I went to that dealership, the F&R lady said to me, "You the first black person I've ever seen walk into this dealership to downgrade a car."
That should tell you everything you need to know.
All you need to know.
All you need to know about niggas, bro.
You the first black person I've ever in this dealership
To downgrade.
that has ever walked in here
For
to
a
come and buy an older car and trade in a newer one.
Yeah.
Just last week, I had a white couple, who came in to trade in. They traded in, I can't remember what she said they traded in, but they traded in, no, one of these VW SUVs.
Yeah.
Probably a Touareg or something. And they downgraded to a hatchback. That's what I hatchback a VW da. Right? And then she said in that same week, a black couple came in.
To upgrade.
This lady was driving a 2022 VW. What do you call these small SUVs?
Tanza VW.
The T-Cross.
Yeah, these
There's a
small.
T-Cross,
What is there a name for these small SUVs? Mini. It's called a mini SUV. I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
This lady, it's a new one, right? It's a new one. She came in and traded in that vehicle for it's 2020 for a 2017 Mercedes.
What?
She came in and traded in a newer vehicle to drive a 2017 Mercedes with higher mileage.
She wanted a Benz.
She wanted a Benz.
She wanted the emblem. She wanted the MT tattoo on her neck. That's what she wanted.
You see? So, yeah, man. So I guess maybe that's my answer.
Yeah.
To the question that you asked. That's what I'm doing. I'm selling my car.
Okay.
I'm doing nothing.
You're doing nothing.
Mbali's got money, bro.
You got money, bro.
Mbali's got
What do you
money.
do with your money? You just pay rent and what?
Mbali's got money,
I
bro.
don't have
Yo.
money.
Mbali's
Chicken
got money.
Pereira and you ain't got a kid.
Mbali, you haven't given me money in a while, ne?
What's up, buddy?
Can we
You
not
looking
say
for
I
a
have money?
Mbali's got money.
Mzungu
If you are
I
a
don't have
man
money.
looking to
What
be in a
else do you do,
relationship
you
with
know?
Mbali,
I don't have
Mbali has
money,
no
guys.
kid,
Got a house.
has a house,
Guys, please let's not put my
with
business on the
tenants.
street.
Yo,
And tenants are around, there's no tenants.
Yay!
Yo,
I don't
Mbali, you
have
looking
money.
for a young
you
nigga
pay
for
your
fun
rent and
time?
taxes.
I don't have money.
Mbali has got money, bro.
I don't have money. I legit don't have money.
Mbali's got money.
Mbali,
Did you
need
finish?
yourself a young
Did
nigga.
you finish pay off the car?
Gube mnandi.
It's done. When did you finish pay off?
Can we not put my business in the street?
Mbali's got a house in
Please,
the
guys.
township and in the village.
Listen, yo.
Tabang. Uzongibambisa inkunzi.
That's
Angina
why I like my
mali.
sport, though.
Yeah, Mbali.
Diverse
Must
portfolio.
Mustans.
Mustang.
Abathatshwala Mbali ujwala Mustans. Ziyagijima every month. Mbali is working to pass time.
Yeah.
Not for a living.
Ndebe
Mbali is working to pass time. Haya ngumporekile ngifuna isipati. Ngumporekile ngifuna isipati.
Anginatokwenza.
What do you want? Ngumporekile. That's money. It's just bored.
Hi, man.
Do you want to maybe get into some international news? On our treatments, we have here that Meta, which owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, has announced that it will cut 10,000 jobs. But this is one of the topics from like 2 weeks ago. Black Coffee is going to perform at Madison Square Garden in November.
His own show.
Yeah, his own one-man show. Yeah. At the Garden. Bro.
At the Garden, bro. He's the first African to do it, ne?
No, Benno Boy did it 2 months ago.
Before this announcement?
Who's gonna go listen to Black Coffee in the US?
No, he's got a market. He's huge in the US.
As long as he's rolling with Diddy, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, Diddy part of it?
Yeah,
I think they will promo him.
I know that.
They will promo him.
Yeah.
They will promo him.
Bro, I'm feeling like...
Same WhatsApp group.
But for this, I could take a flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's history.
Yeah. I could take a flight to the US just for that show.
When did Bernard do Garden, bro?
2 months ago. Recent.
When is he doing the show?
Very recent.
October.
October.
Yes. I wish he had announced
I can't give you an actual date because our Wi-Fi is not working.
I wish he had announced it a long time ago.
Oh, before your stuff. Oh. Yeah, I would. But apparently, things in America are so expensive that it's cheaper to go see Beyonce outside of America. I can announce it all.
Yeah.
But Americans are going to see Beyonce in other countries because it's cheaper. Because of currencies. Yeah.
But don't they do the whole price parity?
Nah, they don't. Because some currencies are just...
trash.
No, because the dollar is so strong that if
in most countries.
Yeah, because if in your country, the dollar is the dollar, they will base it on dollars. But in other countries, maybe what they try to do is that they can get volumes at a lower price. So maybe he can do a stadium, she can do a stadium in South Africa, but maybe in America, it's like smaller venue, but the tickets are higher.
Okay.
You see?
Okay, I hear that.
Or in some countries, you find that because most countries, the local tourism body might piggyback on the fact that it's a Beyonce, so they might sponsor the trip so that the ticket is cheaper.
Okay.
So maybe she'll get to meet the president.
Yeah.
But in her country, there's no need for her to meet the president.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then the ticket becomes cheaper.
Yeah.
And then she gets treated like royalty. So that's why then other people would rather go to the Philippines to see Beyonce and fly back. It's cheaper.
Okay, so why do you think South Africans aren't into like arenas like that? Because our South African artists fill up arenas overseas, but not really here at home. I mean, when Casper did fill up, it was like a huge thing. And then Fifi Cooper did the Sun Arena recently. She couldn't fill it up. And
is Fifi Cooper still relevant?
You guys don't go to
Uzangithi Fifi Cooper, Upabi.
What the fuck?
Even here.
Upabi.
With
the yellow.
Which South African fills out arenas outside of the country?
Yeah, it's a very few.
Very few.
Besides coffee.
Black Coffee.
Besides coffee. I think Euphonic does it
In
not.
fact,
Nah, it's just clubs.
I wouldn't even say
It does
coffee
clubs.
fills out arenas.
Yeah, it's their clubs.
Yeah, and if they are arenas, it's like it's not his gig.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Madison's
This
gonna
might
be
be
the first one.
Madison might
Square.
be.
Yeah.
Okay, but then that means as a country we're not really into arenas like that.
No, I don't think it's because we're not into arenas like that. Our population is small.
Nah, bro. But Lucky Dube, Lebo Brenda Fassie used to do stadiums.
Yeah. There's a
Ani-
video of Brenda Fassie performing at the old FNB stadium.
They
and
used
it was
to. Although I
packed
don't
to
know. I don't know
capacity.
how often.
No, but you also got to think about the genre as well, right?
Yeah.
Because hip hop is not like a. I don't think there's enough people in South Africa to fill out an arena for a hip hop act. You see,
as a single act.
Yeah, if Casper did that by himself,
Yeah.
that would not have happened.
I hear
But
that.
you would have
Yeah,
had
the
to
supporting
augment
acts.
it with.
even
Other
shows like
artists.
Basha Uhuru and those shows as Constitutional Hill with various artists.
Yeah.
They never pack to capacity.
Yeah, and
because
that's not even a big venue.
Yeah.
Anyambi's show.
No, we do, but I think I understand your question because I don't think there's a single artist that warrants an arena.
Yeah.
And it's also because of a multitude of issues. I think there's no artist that's just so crossover that everybody will go out. Maybe Black Coffee, if he did something like Trevor Noah would. As a...
You know what I think it is? Mm-hmm. I think it's the economy.
It's the economy as well as...
I hear that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but it's an economy as well as... you see what you were talking about, the population is that sometimes I can base my opinion on the basis of the urban privileged, and those are not the masses.
Yeah.
And Brenda appealed to the masses, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's the economy.
And relevance.
Because think about what FNB Stadium would have been back then. How much those tickets would have been.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have made them so exclusive, so that like to the extent that local
can't go there.
Yeah.
But I think
but if you look at the average ticket for a festival now.
But also I think, Modise, if you look at the development of the entertainment industry, when I'm talking about relevance, is that when Brenda Fassie and them were big, there were very few genres. There was no hip hop act. Kwaito was not even there. Like from an urban point of view, right? Like the biggest artist was Lucky Dube, was Yvonne Chaka Chaka, was Brenda Fassie, was Ma Hotela Queens, right? So from a palette of music, there was very few to work with.
Yeah.
Today what you have a multitude of genres and a multitude of venues. So when we are throwing the event as the Dojo, somebody else is doing something just as similar.
Yes.
Just in Joburg, there's gonna be you gonna when you wake up, you're gonna be faced with 6 choices where maybe 2 of them you are free.
So then we're all right. We're all right because it is the economy. It is population.
Yeah.
Because if population wasn't a problem, it wouldn't matter that somebody's having a festival on the other side of town.
Yeah. Because you still have the numbers. Yeah.
But you must remember, America has a whole continent as a country.
It's 50 million people. Yeah.
You know, you can have two shows in 2 arenas in the same night.
Yeah.
And pack them
And
to
pack
capacity.
them, and pack them to the brim.
Yeah.
And also the genre thing.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But also, who were the people that were listening to Bobrenda, the people that listened to Ibon Chaka Chaka and like you do, those were our parents.
Yeah, those were parents.
And our parents' parents. Well, our parents, not our parents.
Yeah.
Our parents. And if you look at like back then, because of the lack of the multitude of genres, everybody more or less listened to the same thing.
Same thing.
Boma Hotela.
And radio is the same thing.
Dalom Kids.
Yeah.
Dube.
Yep.
You know, all that. What was that thing? What was that music called? Mbakang.
Mbakang.
Yeah.
Dalom Kids. Oh man, I used to love that.
Yeah, Splash and Dalom Kids.
I love
that's my shit. Platform 1. That's my
Platform
shit.
1.
That's my shit, bro.
Love Maskandi.
That's my shit.
You see, that was the kind of music that they were making.
Those guys would fill up.
Yeah. Do you think maybe because those type of genres are more crossover than hip hop in SA or house music?
Yeah, because they're also based on language.
Yeah.
Like hip hop is English, but the masses in South Africa don't speak English.
And hip hop is immoral.
Yeah. It's immoral. Yeah.
That's true.
I think
You can't invite my mom
to a hip hop show.
To a hip hop show. But I can convince my mom to go. May soul rest in peace, Tepotola.
Yeah. Or a jazz celebration. Standard Bank used to have these
My
big
mom
events
is more
as well.
hip hop.
Yes.
My introduction to hip hop is my mother.
How old is your mom?
Yeah.
How old is your mom?
My mom is.
When is your mom born?
My mom was born in 1965.
Yeah, your mom's young, bro.
Yeah, she was my introduction
Yeah, my mom
to
is
hip
born
hop.
61.
Your mom is young
Queen
too.
Latifah
Yeah, my
and
mom's
Mos
young.
Def. That was what she used to bump all the time.
Yeah,
When my mom,
your mom is in her mid-50s.
when my mom refers to
Yeah,
your moms,
she is in the mid.
when my mom refers to your moms, Ongwanona. And it always used to be a mindfuck. Whenever she came home, like mad at somebody,
I don't want to know.
or a neighbor, or somebody's mother that did something.
How old
and
is-
then, give me a muhuluga na kwenu.
How old is your older brother? How much?
My brother is 40, pushing 40, 41.
Yeah, but even then, your mom did have kids in her 30s.
Yeah, my mom started having
Yeah,
kids.
your mom had kids late. Yeah. My mom had me when she was 20. So that's why.
Okay. We've been recording an hour 38 minutes. Do you want to move on to some Patreon stuff?
let's do that.
Bashir.
But pause and then...
Right.
Mbali,
Let's
can you
pause.
send
I
the-
need to take a leak. Yo.
Can you
What time
send the
is it?
note 141?
I need a leak.
Okay.